So hello everyone, we have today Bramarambha with us in order to share her journey of LOWE'S, placement at LOWE'S. And she has also grabbed a lot of placements and internships at other companies. So we would like her to share her pearls of wisdom for the fellow juniors so that we could learn and follow her steps in order to gain good placements. So first of all, Brahma ma'am, we would like to give you a brief introduction of ourselves. I'm Skan Sharma from ECE second year.
I'm Arpit Kumar from ECE second year.
And for those of us who do not know you, if you could just briefly introduce yourself.
Sure. Hello everyone. Myself Brahma from NIT JAMSHEDPUR Electronics and Communication branch. I'm presently in 4th year final semester. As this interview special is to know about my work experiences. I did 6 months internship for DevOps profile in Groww company, and presently I'm doing 6 months intern for SDE profile in Amazon. And I recently got a full-time employment opportunity in LOWE'S company, which is a direct FTE, not intern plus FTE. So this is all about my myself and my work experience.
Ma'am, can you
So I did a programming in C++, which means we have to choose any one object-oriented language, right? So I chose C++, and I did a web application using tech stacks, Node.js, HTML, CSS, Bootstrap, JavaScript. So this is all about my coding and my project. And all you all know that theory part is OS and DBMS. This is all same for them.
Right.
Anything you want to know apart from this?
Ma'am, can you brief us about your previous internship and how was your experience while undergoing these internships?
So, internships are nothing like they are like starting steps for your professional career. So internship process will be same in all of the companies. You cannot differentiate it from one company to another company. So whenever you are joining as a intern in any company, for the very first month you will be going through some onboarding processes, some IT setups. You will receive some laptop, right? You will do some IT setups and all, and you will get aware of the company's culture, company work, and you'll go to through some trainings about the tech stacks, about, means what the company will use, and also to the SDE boot camps. They'll provide you some boot camps. So the first week, the first month of your intern will go with these all processes, and from the second month, the actual work will start. You will be assigned with some teams, and also you will be assigned with some work like teamwork, projects, and tasks. So you will be going through the training of your team's tech stacks for from the start of the second month, and later on there will be some stand-up meets regularly for with your team members. So you have to give the regular updates of your work and tasks. At the this process will go till means until the end of the internship. At the end of the internship, you should be completing you should complete your project. Like you should give them a presentation on your project and your task. Okay. At that's also like they'll brief about your project a little bit, and they'll talk to the managers and all, and they'll be giving you a PPO as well, depending on your performance. So this is the same pattern which follows in any company.
Okay, so that was like about the internship.
Yes.
What about the full-time placement role that you have grabbed at Lowe's? How is that different from internship, and a bit about your role that you're playing in the company?
I'm not aware of direct FT because I'm doing presently internship, which is intern plus PPO in both Amazon and Groww. I guess FT will be like they'll directly give you some training about your team. Like they'll assign you teams first. They'll give you some trainings on that, and later you will be starting with your projects and all.
Okay.
But in internship, they'll assign you a project. You should complete that project beyond the deadline. You means depending on the performance and also the completion of your project, they'll assign you PPO.
Okay. Ma'am, how did you come across the opportunity and what was the eligibility criteria?
So, well, firstly, Groww. Groww is an on-campus internship opportunity that Groww visited our campus, our college on May or June, I guess. So the eligibility criteria was the CGPA should be above 8, and the eligible branches are CSE, ECE, and EE. Okay, and for LOWE'S, the eligible branches are CSE and DCE, only those two branches, and CGPA is above 6.5. Okay, and Amazon is and LOWE'S also an on-campus opportunity, FTE opportunity, and Amazon is an offline. I applied through Amazon Wow. It is specially for women candidates. So for Amazon, the eligibility criteria is all branches. I guess all branches are eligible for that. And CGPA is like above 6 or 7. I didn't remember, but it will be like 6 or 7. So and as I qualified for all the eligible criteria, I applied for all these 3 companies, and I got selected in a written exam, and that flow continued till interviews.
Ma'am, a bit about your interview experience, like just a brief description of each of those.
Yeah, okay. So Groww, there are 2 interviews. No, sorry, 1 interview, 1 written exam and 1 interview, and that 1 interview is of 1 hour. And they completely focused on my coding skills. They asked me 3 questions. One is of medium, easy level. One is of medium, and one is of hard. Okay, and one is puzzle question, which is a very hard plus puzzle question. That is from GFG. You can directly see the puzzles in GFG. There are set of puzzle questions available in GFG and interview bit also, so you can go through them. They are direct questions. Okay, and easy question is finding a loop in linked list, and and also checking whether the linked list is a circular linked list or not. Okay, that is the easy question. And medium question is like they will be given one matrix, and the elements in the row wise and column wise are sorted. So they'll be giving one element for us, and we have to check whether the element is existing in the graph or not, so the given matrix or not. That's the medium level question. It's also directly from the GFG. And the third question is of hard level question. I guess anyone who is having a good competitive level programming skills, they can solve that question easily. I didn't remember the question, but it's like they framed the question by their own. It's not from any platforms or like any websites. This is all about a Groww interview experience. And coming to LOWE'S, they completely means it depends on from person to person and also from interviewer to interviewer. In LOWE'S, there are like 3 rounds. One is written exam, and one is technical interview, and one is HR interview. In technical interview, they mainly focused on coding and also on our projects. Okay, like one of my friends, she also got in LOWE'S. She was asked only about projects, but I was asked about coding. One coding question and also one SQL question. Okay, and coding question was of easy level. You can do it if you are well aware of basic skills. And one is SQL question, and that SQL question is a little bit tougher. So I was not able to give a complete answer, but the interviewer was satisfied with my answers. And in Groww interview, I have given 3 solutions, 3 coding question solutions, and puzzle question. I was not able to come up with the solution for puzzle, so I asked the interviewer to give me some easy level puzzle question, as I felt that one as harder. So the interviewer had accepted my request, and he has given me one easy level puzzle question, and I was able to come up with the answer for that. So finally, he was satisfied. And also in LOWE'S interview, he was satisfied with my coding question solution. And later on, he asked me one SQL question. I have given answer to him, means which is approximately closer to the solution. Okay, so he was satisfied, and he qualified for me for the next HR round. HR round, they basically focus on our speaking skills or communication skills, and also on our project. They asked me a little bit questions on my project, like to give brief introduction of my project and whatever the tech stacks I used. Suppose if I used MongoDB as a database, they asked me, why didn't you use SQLs instead of MongoDB? So they asked me these questions by interviewer, and a little bit about my background and my whatever I did in my college life and all. And in Amazon interview, they 100% they completely focus on coding skills. They conducted 2 rounds, like 4 rounds. One is a written exam. It's an online exam. It's a bit easy exam. So most whoever applied, like out of 100, 90 people got selected for. You can guess like 100%. Out of 100%, 90% people got selected for the second round. Like this is only for women candidates. And in the second round, it's a bit tougher. So it's easy to qualify in written exam, but it will be difficult when you are facing some good competition. Like if you facing competition with 100 students, only out of 100, only I guess 10 to 20 people will get qualified. So competition, you should look on that. And in Amazon, after qualifying for the interview, my first interview of 30 to 40, 1 hour, between 30 minutes to 1 hour. Okay. The interviewer and coming to the last interview of my Amazon, they asked me two questions. The interviewer asked me two questions. One is of hard level question, and one is of easy level question. I was able to come up solution for a hard level question and easy level question. Not much, but he was satisfied. This is my interview experience.
Yes, ma'am. So, ma'am, what were the major topics that were given emphasis on in the interview rounds?
So depend rather than on my interview experience, I would suggest you like a first priority. The top priority will be definitely for coding. So and second priority for project and for a theory part. These both take some equal part sharing for the second priority. Okay, it depends on from continue company to company. If I say my experience, I also give an interview in Intuit company. They completely focused on first round for theory. Okay, like they asked me questions on OS, DBMS, and OOPS and networking as well, and one coding question. So in Lois, for most of my friends, they were asked about projects and the theory. Only it was for me, they asked coding. So and in Amazon, 100% they completely focus on coding. And in also Dunzo, I have given interview in Dunzo as well. I got rejected after first round. It was very difficult interview in Dunzo. They focused on DP. You know DP, dynamic programming.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Um,
Dynamic programming.
huh, they have given me some hard plus level questions. Asked me. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So it give your first priority for coding. Do good practice in a
Yes, ma'am.
competitive level practice. It's necessary for you to crack some interviews in big companies. Okay, this is a priority I would suggest you. And
Okay,
also
ma'am.
for project, be aware of what you are whatever the tech stacks you are using in project, like and also be aware of uh, the project in a brief way. Like you have to explain them about your project without leaving any silly questions to the interviewer.
Yes.
Okay. And for theory questions, you can go and watch them, see them in Java T Point. There are some websites available for
Okay.
especially going for a theory part like OS and DBMS networking. Networking you can see in Interview Bits. There are quite good questions in
Yes, ma'am.
Interview Bit website. And for OS and DBMS, Java T Point is best. Like you can see some 40 to 50 interview questions. So before the interviews, you can go and take look on them.
Okay. So, ma'am, actually, this was all about coding and stuff is something you do way before the placement and stuff, and
Yes.
there's a lot of practice required.
Hmm.
What was your strategy during the placement season, and how did you deal with all that rejection and getting to a new company?
Okay. So I started coding and from my second year, second semester. At seriously, I was not aware of anything. I was 0% aware of what coding is, from where to start, what from what to learn, and what language to choose. So I took some good advices from from our seniors, and day by day, I got adapted to that. I got adapted to coding culture. I started my coding from GFG. GFG, and I solved around 500 to 600 coding questions in GFG, and top 100 liked questions in LeetCode, and also few questions in interview bit, and few questions from hacker rank and hacker earth. And I regularly, like a weekly, I have given a coding contest in LeetCode and codechef as well. And I was and also regularly watching LinkedIn accounts to know well about our companies and all. So this is the pattern I followed. And also at the end of November and or December, I started looking up on the videos for OS and DBMS. So I have no prepared some good notes on them. And also for project, I started it from April, like from my second year, end of the second year, April or May, I started working on project. Like I started with reading about HTML, CSS, got practice on that and all. And I started with some project where I have watched I searched for project directly from the websites. It's an e-commerce website. I named it as a book selling website. It's an e-commerce website. Simply, you can watch. There are a lot of ideas available for websites or some Android web applications in directly on the internet. You can see and watch them, and you can even take some great courses in Udemy as well. So this is the strategy I followed. Because every people will do the same thing, but the difference might come up with the effort you keep and
Yes.
The logical thinking, your coding ability, your competitive level skills, and also depends on your communication skills and yeah, it also depends on communication skills. So you should be pro in all of this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am. Ma'am, at last, ma'am, some tips you would like to give to our juniors who are all
Definitely.
watching this
Definitely, I
video?
would like to give some good advice for you and suggesting you one thing, like don't skip your regular practice and don't take some long breaks as well. So regularly do practice for 4 to 5 hours for coding, okay, and 1 hour for your project and 1 hour for your theory part. Okay, these three plays important place in any of the interviews. If you are aware of means if you get pro in all of these three parts, then you can be enough confident to face any interviews in any of the company. And secondly, be confident, be consistent, and keep hardworking regularly. Push yourself, motivate yourself, and you should take responsibility for your future, and the future is all yours. That's it.
So thank you, Brahma ma'am, for taking out your time and sharing your
Thank you,
pearls
ma'am.
of wisdom with us.
Sure. Thank you
It
to
was
you
really
people.
nice talking to you.
It was very nice and informative for us to talk to you.
Sure.
Thank you so
Thank you.
much.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. And those who are watching this video, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe,
Subscribe and
and
comment.
also comment.
Comment.
Yes.